It's just 2 weeks away. Our hike is starting in 2 weeks from today. So I'm super excited, and I was just going through all my stuff, all my equipment, gear, getting it all organized. I know it's not the first time I've organized it, but probably won't be the last. But I've got it all laid out, and I'm excited about it, so I thought I would share it because I thought maybe other people would be interested too. I don't know. And anyway, it's fun for me to share it with people, and I've already shown it to everybody here in the house, and nobody else cares. So I'll put it on this so you guys can see it too. Okay, so hang on. Start over here on this side. First thing I'll show you is my puffy jacket. It's super warm, ultra lightweight, but we'll wear that in camp mostly. Every once in a while on the PCT, I've seen people up in the Sierras hiking with their puffy jackets on. So I'm sure it'll come in handy throughout the whole trip. And right there is the Osprey Hydraulics water carrier. It hooks through that tube, this tube, to the tube that comes out of the backpack, and I just drink from it out of a tube, which is nice because it's convenient. Some people don't like that. They'd rather drink out of the bottle so they can see exactly how much they have left at all times. I can pretty much tell how much I've had. And okay, that is my backpack. It's empty right now, but it is a Osprey Asia. It weighs a little over 2 pounds, and I have been doing a lot of practice backpacking with it, and it seems super comfortable. And that's one of the reasons why I'm willing to go with ultralight instead of ultra light. Like some of the people are hiking with bags that only weigh a pound, and that's great for them. But this has this wonderful frame. It distributes the weight so well that I just love it. This pouch right here is pretty cool. It's waterproof, and my phone fits in that. I carried that all the way on the Appalachian Trail. It's very handy. This is new, this Garmin InReach. There's a lot of places on the PCT that just don't have any cell service. So, and you're out in the middle of nowhere for a good long time sometimes. So this has an SOS button you can press to get help anywhere you are on the trail. It's all satellite. So we've got that. And yeah, I like my backpack system. Okay, now let's just not dropping it to the ground. Okay, now I have my food. I just carry the breakfast. George carries the lunch and the dinner. And what we have here is we have our coffees. We each have plenty of coffee in the morning. That's 15 coffees for 3 days because that's how much we drink. Just in the morning, they're small little packets. 3 of them make a full cup of coffee if you like it strong, like we do. And then we have these breakfast essentials that we drink with our coffee in the morning to give us a lot of extra vitamins. And we have some dried fruit, and we have these paleo granolas that we like to have for breakfast, and also Pop-Tarts. When we're in the desert at first, we'll probably be having a lot of breakfast foods that don't require extra water to make. And that's kind of what we're trying out here and see how it works. I mean, once we're on the trail, we might find out it doesn't work at all. We'll have to figure something else out. But for now, it works. And that way, we only have to use this jet boil in the morning for coffee. And because we just boil water in it and pour the water in our cups with instant coffee. But then at lunch and dinner, we use this, no, not lunch, but at dinner, we use it to rehydrate a freeze-dried meal for dinner. And we only ever boil water in it. And we take the water that we boil and we put it in the pouches of the food. And then we eat straight out of the pouch that the food came in. So I don't have to do dishes, and that's always nice. A lot of people prefer just to have, see, this jet boil has a really fast burner on the bottom of it. See if I can take it apart a little bit here. Hang on. Hang on. I can't get it off without it being a hassle. But there's a really fast jet burner that lights. It has a self lighter, which almost always works, but we have a little lighter that goes with it just in case. But anyway, a lot of people prefer just to have the burner without, there's little baffles on this that keep the wind from blowing it, so it always gets a really good flame. And the ones that don't have that are really light. But then you have to carry something to block the wind, and you have to carry a pot if you want to put anything in it, and we don't have to carry a pot. So we think it balances out. Maybe we end up with an ounce more than everyone else, but I really like that jet boil instead. Here's our spoons. We eat all of our food with our titanium spoons, very lightweight, long spoon, because the bags that the food comes in are deep and we have to dig in there to get our food out. Okay, move around the table here. This is the trowel, which I dig holes with for important business. This is a piece of Tyvek, and I put that down underneath my mattress pad wherever I sleep, and that keeps it from getting messed up. It's a guard on the ground. Even though we sleep in a tent, it helps to have that. And this is my bag of electronics. I forgot to open it and get everything out of it, but it's pretty easy to get out. It is a waterproof bag, so that even though I already have a waterproof bag that I put everything in, this makes sure that things like my battery charger, my cords, which I have to change all that because I got a new phone anymore. Everything's different, but all of this stuff goes in here, and I have to keep all that dry. So that's my battery charger and charging accoutrement. And I like these earplugs. They come in handy. Oh, and here's something else I like. George bought me this for my birthday or Christmas. I don't remember. Cool. Huh. That's cool. That is a little tiny knife, super lightweight. Put it in its sheath and carry it around my neck. And it's good for cutting food or rope or whatever you need. If I were a female alone, I am a female, but if I were hiking alone, I might feel comfortable thinking I might have a little something for self-defense, but I don't know how much self-defense that is. You see, it's no longer than this charging block. So anyway, I have it, and it's lightweight, and I like it. And then we have that thing right there. That is my sit pad. Folds up nicely and small, and it's really, you can see it is well used from the Appalachian Trail. Tell you what, I thought it was silly to have a sit pad when I first got that. That thing, I use it all the time. I don't want to sit down anywhere without it. Just pull it off of the back of my backpack and put it down in a jiffy, and I got a place to sit. This is the inflatable air mattress, and this is the inflatable pillow where I sleep on it. This is the extra water filtration equipment, an extra water filter. George carries another Sawyer filter that he uses mostly. And these are the aqua tabs in case we need them. Mostly filtration with the Sawyer is all we'll need. This is what I probably should be using to film this. It's this connects to my trekking pole, and I can just hold my trekking pole out like that and put my phone camera on it and turn it toward me, and it's a lot more stable. So hopefully my videos will be more stable and more fun to watch. Here's my headlamp. We need that at night in camp. Oh, and if we get up really super early before it's light outside and we want to start hiking, we'll need that. Extra batteries for it. I need one more. It takes 3 and I've only got 2 here. Mosquito net. You know, we usually bring dental floss with us, but we're going to try to use this for water flossing instead. We'll see if that works out. This is just for extra warmth. It's a Smart Wool buff. Here I have my extra clothes. I've got the yellow shirt and some black shorts, extra socks, 2 pair of extra socks and 1 pair of sock liners extra. I'll wear those clothes when we're in town. They're town clothes. And then over here I have a Smart Wool top and a Smart Wool pair of pants. It's just a under layer actually for if it's really cold. I might end up sending these back. I might have enough warmth between my my clothes and my puffy coat that I don't need that, but I'm going to take it with me to start. George has these nifty things there. They unscrew to open, and then we keep our toilet paper and hand sanitizer and stuff in there. There's my comb for combing my hair, an extra lighter. We're going to try hiking with this ultralight umbrella. It's very, very light. It fits neatly in the side of my pack. It's easy to grab, easy to put back. For light rains, or mostly we got it for the desert, for walking in shade, to provide just a little bit of shade. We see a lot of people hike with them. A lot of people keep them the whole hike. A lot of people do. Some people hike with them and then they go, no, we don't want it, so they send it back. But a lot of people have them. Now, because we know it's going to be cold, because we're leaving so early, I've got some warm gloves. They're leather gloves. They're warm. And then I have these. These are booties. They're Enlightened, and they're down, and they're very nice. And by Enlightened, I mean that's the name brand of them. And so I trust them because that's the sleeping quilt we've had all this time for the AT and stuff. So I trust their equipment. This is a slack packing backpack, which I did use on the AT. At times we were slack packed and I just wanted to bring water and snacks for the day, and I didn't have to bring my whole backpack. So if that happens again, we do a little bit of slack packing. Somebody carries our pack for a day or two or whatever, then I'll have that. Also for water carries, because sometimes in this trip there'll be times where we'll have to carry a lot of water up from the water source to our camp, and I feel like just putting it in this and putting that on my back to carry it back up to where we're going will be convenient. Here's all my towel, washcloth type of things. They're all ultra lightweight. I have different uses for each one, and each size and color. There's my dental floss. I don't know. Maybe I'll use it. Maybe I won't. Haven't decided. You see a corkscrew. That's for town days. I should put that in my town bag, but I probably won't. Advil. A couple types of Advil. And there's my cup. I use that cup every day for coffee in the morning. And then at night, I have a cup of broth. We bring broth powder, like chicken broth powder. And then we have a cup of tea before we go to bed. Some of that might be curtailed on this trip just because of water needs in the desert. We might have to cut some of that out for that, but we'll see. That's my rain jacket. And there's my rain pants on the table. And we have to have those in case it rains and that umbrella isn't enough to keep us dry. You want to stay dry while you hike if you can. This gray thing is my sleeping bag liner. And here is my Enlightened quilt. I like this quilt. I don't think I could go back to a sleeping bag. It closes only at the bottom where the feet are, and the rest of it doesn't close. It doesn't zip all the way up. You just lay it over top of you, and what you have underneath you is your air mattress and your sleeping liner, and we zip into that gray liner there, and then that blanket's over us, and then there's straps that hold the shoulder from one side to the other underneath the sleeping bag, and that is very warm and very comfortable and easy to get in and out of. I can throw the blanket off if it's hot, so that's nice. I love that, and it's the same one we hiked the Appalachian Trail with, so I feel very comfortable with it. Now, other than that, the only other thing we have are all these bags over here that I put all this stuff in. Most of these bags are waterproof, with the exception of this clothes bag. That's what I put my clothes in. It's not waterproof, but it goes in that great big bag. This is the big bag that everything goes in. It's a backpack liner, and it is waterproof, and it does a very good job keeping water out. But for redundancy's sake, and because I can't help myself, just about everything else is in a waterproof bag too. This is what we put the breakfast food in, is that bag, and it is waterproof. This is a compression stuff sack that my sleeping quilt and the sleeping bag liner go in, and that compresses down really small. It's also waterproof. This is, it doubles as, it's a bag that doubles as the pump for blowing up my air mattress. And maybe when we're on the trail, if you haven't seen me do that before, I'll show how we do that. But it's also waterproof once it's all closed up. And I carry the sleeping bag, not the sleeping bag, I carry the air mattress and my pillow in that, as well as the Tyvek sheet that goes underneath it. And then I have the bag that my electronics go in. And this bag right here, I put the Jetboil in and carry it in that. All that's waterproof. So, yeah, there's my electronics, battery, all that. Tyvek for putting down on the ground. Yeah, I think I showed you all that. I think that's everything. I'm going to wear a hat this time. Last time I never wore a hat. But it's going to be hot, and I need the shade. When we hiked the Appalachian Trail, there was shade all the time. Anyway, we're in the trees most of the time. But I'll need the shade, so I'll put this on and even probably put a hood on my shirt up over it. So this is a Cool Max hat by Mission. It's one of those that if you get it wet and then you wring it out, it stays cool for a while. So I can put that on my head to stay cool if I need to. It's funny how you have to have things to stay cool because it's the desert and it's so hot during the day, but at night it cools off so much you need the puppy coat. So anyway, that's all my stuff. I'm excited. I hope you enjoy knowing what all we're going to be taking on our trip. All this together without water ends up weighing about 21, 22 pounds. And once we get the water in, if it's a normal amount of water, I'll be carrying anywhere from 26 to 28 pounds. If we have to carry a lot of extra water, I don't even want to think about how much that is. And no matter how much it is for me, though, for George, it's even more. He's, all this that I carry is nothing. Well, it's not nothing compared to George. It's, he carries about a third more than I do because he carries the tent that I don't carry. And he carries a bigger backpack, which weighs a smidge more than mine. Plus, he carries, like I said before, the dinners and lunches, whereas I only carry the breakfasts. And if we have to carry extra water, he's the one that takes more of it than I do. I will carry my share extra, but his share will be bigger. So, I mean, a lot of times he might be carrying 40 pounds. You know, I might be up to 32, 33 pounds with that extra water. So, I mean, that's a guess. So, anyway, very excited about it all. Even though we have to carry extra weight sometimes in the desert, I'm looking forward to a different kind of hike, a different type of scenery, new things, a new adventure with an adventure when we're taken out again with prayer and with the Father and just knowing that He provides. And that's the biggest thing, is knowing that. And then we know that we'll have a good time. And even if it gets hard, we'll be able to pull through it because we have His strength. And yeah, so that's the way we're looking at this hike. And we're excited to get all this stuff. I don't know, maybe George will get all his stuff out, make a video of his gear and equipment, although it's almost exactly like mine. In case you wanted to know. Okay, well, we're ready to go. We're excited, and we'll see y'all out there.